All right, looks like we're on episode 673. And I did put one bag of pennies into the basement recently. It was that one episode that I did, like I went to four different banks and it ended up being $21.50. But all the other little tidbits of penny rolls that I've been getting, I just been keeping over here on the side of my I just been bringing them up to the office, and just putting them here on the side. And it's kind of interesting, right? So I know all the penny rolls that I'm going to be doing for the upcoming foreseeable, you know, uh, penny roll hunts are going to be more recent, 2025, 2025 penny rolls, right? And it's kind of a little weird, right? That I don't usually have that many penny rolls on the side, and no white AM. And when I say it's interesting, I mean that whenever I am finished with them, and I have to go down to the basement and get some more penny rolls to resupply my pennies here on my desk for the videos, they're going to be older, right? Possibly 2024, possibly 2023 first year shield, 2023 penny rolls. And it just shows you how fast, how fast time goes by, We're going to be in 2026 soon. They said they were making pennies into 2026, but it was like a head fake. It was like a shell. It was like a shell game. It was like whatever, hide the potato, musical chairs. It was a game, man. It was a game. It was a game. Yeah, we're gonna make pennies. Don't worry. We're gonna keep using pennies. Yeah, for the foreseeable future. Nothing's gonna change. Nothing to see here. Nothing's gonna change. Here's our first copper coin. You can see the 8 and the 1 are a little sheared off, probably from the crimp roll machine. Oh wow! I actually thought this was going to be copper. Oh, that's nice. So, just as a side note, if you remember, I did start a BU penny roll tube, and I will be putting the shiny Lincolns into it. Um, so I don't know about pennies. Let me look at this off camera real quick. This is not. There is something beautiful about this penny, though. I think it might be the toning. There's something about. I'll put it to the side as a maybe. 2022, and all of a sudden it's just everything in 1 day or 2 days just turned to crap, and uh, became like a bunch of BS. And it's like no more pennies, and get out of here, don't come back. And the federal bank's not giving us pennies. They're not make. Oh no! All of a sudden they're not making any more pennies. Every bank you go to says, "Oh no, they're not making any more pennies." And I said, "They are making more pennies." Well, they told us they're not. And I said, "Well, they're lying because they are. They have the blanks. They have the blanks. They have the blanks. So how are they not making pennies that they're now?" Again, one of my theories was that that the pennies that maybe that they're making are only the commemorative. But you're talking. I thought for some reason, and again, I couldn't find any information on it. I thought for some reason that maybe they were making that they had like billions and billion. That was my assumption. It's like, okay, if you made the penny blanks for the year, and every year you make billions of pennies, then you must have made billions of blanks. That was just was the logic. But for some reason, I think that that's not the case. I think they made enough blanks to match the amount of commemorative sets that they're gonna penny number 2 amount of commemorative sets that they're gonna sell, right? So not pennies. So it's so funny, right? If that's the case, I don't know if that's the case. I know that I'm gonna find out from Eric from Keenlight Collectibles, my longest standing member. And when he does his private eye investigating, he's gonna let me know, and then I'll let you know. 2023, no extra B. So it's so funny, right? How it went from "don't worry, nothing to see here," right? And again, yes, proofs. Oh, that's been around forever, right? For 100 years or something like that. Copper pane number 3, pretty nice, pretty fat. I should probably. I'll take a closer look at this during the short videos. Nothing's jumping off the camera to me though. Copper pane number 3 is how it, like, the last year that they're making pennies. If they only sell them, right? That is going to be such a what's the word I'm looking for? Symbolic representation of our government, of the times, of the world we live in. It's going to be so ironic, however you want to put it, right? Because if the last year that they make pennies, the penny cost whatever, but I mean, how much you think it's gonna be a set, right? So obviously you're gonna have to do your mathematics. Oh, look at this. This is why I love penny roll hunting, man. These are all such great looking pennies. I mean, again, no errors are jumping out at me. It would have been nice. One day I'm gonna have my whole microscope thing here on the side. I mean, I get good enough resolution with the camera, and the cool thing about the camera is this is something anybody can do. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm doing something that you need to have hundreds and hundreds of dollars to do. You know what I mean? You could probably do this with any BS camera. This is, matter of fact, this is an old Pixel. This is a Pixel 3. It is the Pro though, just so you know. It's the Pixel 3 Pro, and they still cost a lot. It's one of the most expensive Pixel 3s, even though it's like a 10-year-old camera. It's because of the technology that they came out with this year for the camera for videos. Everybody loves it. People still buy it to make videos. This camera that I use, that's copper pane number 5. So whatever, if you do the mathematics, like let's say it's $10, it's probably not. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if it's right, it's going to be $1. Which I don't, anyway, I'm not even going to get into that. Who the hell is going to be on the $1 commemorative coin? That's going to be a whole nother S show. But whoever it is, and you know, whatever. So you have whoever's on you have the dollar, commemorative dollar. You're going to have, I think you're going to have a commemorative $half, the quarter, the dime, the nickel, and the penny. So you're going to have five, it's 6 coins. As far as I know, you're going to have 6 coins inside of the commemorative, what is it, 225 years or 100, whatever it is, a commemorative, I see that in the O. You see that in the O? It looks like shelving. It's most likely shelving, but I can see it from this distance. Like, really, that's heavy shelving. From that distance, like from space, you can see that. I want to look at it under the loop. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit. Oh wow. So there does look like there's some spreading. Let me look at the eye, possibly. Let me go look at the L. Usually the L, you want to look at the L, the eyeball, see if there's like a notch in the eye. Those are like certain ones places you want to look. And then of course the date. And sometimes you want to notice if there's any misalignment. Sometimes a misaligned strike on the obverse might indicate that there was a little bit of a shift in the strike, and that could be where you got some spreading from. But this is a pretty straight on strike. Nah, I mean it's hard to tell. I don't think so. I don't think there's any doubling in this, but it is really cool looking. I mean, it could be. I don't know. All right, that's number 7. So, all right, so you got the dollar. Oh, we got $2.17. That's nice. You got the dollar, the quarter, but whatever. It comes out. Let's say it comes out to $2. I know it's less than that, but whatever. $2. All right. So the penny is nothing, right? The penny is nothing. No percentage of. Well, I guess I'm taking the scenic route to. And again, I don't know if it's going to be a proof set, if it's going to be a special strike set. I don't know any of that. I'm just looking at the surface on this. It's so cool looking. Is that really the penny is supposed to be free, right? Like I found 2025 pennies this year. Everybody's found 2025 pennies this year. Not many, but some, right? 2024, 2023. You were able to get, again, not to use his name all day, but Eric from Kenai Collectibles he was doing boxes of 2023s, I think, at one time. I believe you were, Eric. Or maybe it was in 2023 you were doing boxes looking for I can't remember. But the point is that imagine that the last year they make pennies and they say they're making pennies. You're never going to find the 2026 ever again in your life because it's coming from a commemorative set. You're going to have to pay. The last year penny is going to cost you that's it. It's not part of change. You know what I'm saying? Or no? Like it's going to cost you a coin collector's value for a penny that they're gonna commemorate the penny by inflating the value of the penny. That's how that's how they want us to remember the penny, by screwing us over on the penny. You follow me? It's like, yeah, wow, what a great memory people are gonna have of the penny. Which the funny thing is, which is, when I say funny, I don't mean haha, I mean ironic or maybe even sad, really, is that young people, right? Young people who might have got into coins or who are going to be left with an imprint, right? With an impression. That's going to be their final impression of the penny, right? Of the United States penny, of an era of a long foregone tradition. It's really more of a tradition, right? Because it really wasn't worth nothing. It wasn't worth nothing. And that's the other thing. It's so funny. It's not worth nothing, but nobody wants to give it to you, right? They told you how it's not worth nothing for so many years. It's worth nothing. It's garbage. But oh no, we can't give you any, right? When you go and ask them for it, it's so crazy and stupid. So young people, a lot of young people, the last memory of the penny is going to be being charged $20-$30, which they're not even going to do, right? It's going to be something that they can't even afford. The last memory of a penny is going to be something that they can't afford. That's going to be the last memory of a penny. And it's kind of sad, right? It's not going to be a nice introduction. Hey, here, go out there and get some pennies. It's just part of the whole way our economy works, where if you hoarded something for long enough, then you get to enjoy it. And if you believed what the narrative was, I hate to say it. I mean, there's no other way to put it. If you were naive enough to believe what the government told you, then you got a boot in the pants. That's it. And it's funny because all I'm talking, that's a beautiful looking penny, and this is copper penny number 8, which is great. We got 8 copper, very simple penny roll hunt today. But look how nice and simple we got. Boom, we got our 8 copper pennies. We got a 2017, and we got that. I think we had a weirdo one, right? Didn't we? Oh, that 84. Oh, that nice shiny Lincoln. And I mean, that's just to show you the way our government is, or maybe the way the world is. I don't know. Maybe the way the whole way all governments are in the world. I don't know. I don't know. I know this is the only place I've ever lived, and that is from something so minuscule like a cent that people find used to find on the street. I don't know, but we're looking for the close AM. Oh man, that would have been nice if we got the close AM on this one. That people used to find on the street. Yeah, I see that. That's mechanical. Pretty cool. Must be just the yeah, it's just I think it's just mechanical doubling, but look how when you go like this, you could just see the shelving or the doubling or the spreading. It's not a double die, but it is cool looking. Um, that even from the smallest denomination. Look at this. We got a wheat cent out of here. Wow, well, look at the condition on that, huh? Even from the smallest denomination of a penny, they can't get it right. I mean, if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, then then you're really asleep. You're Neo in the Matrix in one of those jelly pods, and you're a battery. That's it. I'm sorry, you're a battery. You're a battery. If you don't realize that they can't even our government can't even get the penny right, man. I mean, I've been following the penny as close as anybody in the world, right? Every couple of days, every week, looking for news, talking to people about it, following up, getting alerts, everything as close as anybody as the news comes up, right? Yeah, they're making pennies. Yeah, don't nothing to worry about. It's going to continue. Nothing's going to change. Blah blah blah. And then boom, Federal Reserve sends out a letter. That's what happened. Okay, for those of you who don't know, and for those of you who stood watching my video until 18 minutes in, that's what happened. This is So the week that they started telling people no more pennies at the bank is the week that the Federal Reserve sent out to the banks. I wonder if I can find hold on. Okay, so I just looked it up and it says they did not send a letter to the banks. So it must be from an email. It must be something, because I was told by more than one bank teller that they were informed that they are no longer getting pennies from the Federal Reserve in some shape or form of that information, and period, point blank and simple, and whatever. And so everyone started hoarding pennies. And I guess my point of all that is that even something so small as the penny, that we were told everything was going to be fine, nothing's going to be changed, and then from one day to the next, you were able to get pennies and boxes of pennies, and don't worry about it. To no, you can't have nothing, and everything's changed. And they look at you if you ask them for if you ask them for pennies in your own branch. They look at you like if you're asking them for their firstborn or something like that, you know, and that's super uncool. and that's it. That's just, they can't do anything right. It's got nothing to do with us. It's got really nothing to do with the people. It's got nothing to do with the people in the bank, man. They're sheeple. They're just following the rules, and they're just doing what they're told, and they're going along with the plan, and that's all. It's part of the system, which is why I was screaming at all of you months and months and months and months ago to go out there and get pennies from your bank before it was all over. Now it's all over, and but it's the way they did it. Okay, I knew this day was coming. No close AM. I knew this day was coming, but it's how they do everything. They don't know how to do anything right, and there's no other way of putting it. It's the government, right? It's not any specific person in the government. It's not Democrats or Republican. It don't matter who's in charge. It is government, right? And really, it's big government. And it used to be that one party was for small government and one party was for big government. That has just changed. All parties are for big government now, as far as I know. Maybe liberals are for small. I don't know. I think liberals are for big government too. As far as I know, everyone's for big government. No one's for small government anymore. The founding, the people, this gentleman here, and all the gentlemen on all the coins and all the dollars for the United States of America, the founding fathers of this country, the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, were all for small government. Stay out of people's pockets. Okay? And now government has become, that's their business, is government. The government, and becoming a politician is becoming a government businessman. And we are the government's consumers, right? So the penny is it's a great example. Now for 2026, you have to buy your penny. It's sick, man. It's sick and it's sickening, right? In 2026, the last year of the penny, you're going to have to buy your penny, right? Not get your penny and change like we have for whenever right. There was a couple small cents before, or for a year or two before 1859. For almost 200 years, you got your pennies and change. Probably for the first time in history, if you want a penny, you're gonna have to buy a penny, and that is just the perfect example of what's going on in our country. Okay, government is not here to serve us. We are here to serve the government, and that's all I got.